Failure. It's a word most people try to avoid. It feels heavy, sounds final. But what if I told you, failure is actually the starting line? Some of the most successful people in history were once labeled as failures. They were doubted, rejected, laughed at, but they didn't give up. Instead, they turned their failures into fuel. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about how failure became the greatest teacher for some of the world's greatest innovators. Take Thomas Edison, for example. You've heard the story. He invented the light bulb. But did you know it took him over 1,000 attempts to get it right? People thought he was wasting his time. But his response: I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Think about that mindset. Where others saw failure, he saw progress. He didn't let mistakes stop him. He let them guide him. Then there's Steve Jobs, one of the most creative minds in technology. But even he faced major setbacks. He got fired from his own company. Imagine that. You build something from scratch, pour your soul into it, and then you're pushed out. Most people would walk away. Not him. He used that low point to start again. He launched new companies. He sharpened his vision. And years later, he returned to the same company and turned it into one of the most valuable in the world. That's not just success. That's resilience. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers before someone finally took a chance on Harry Potter. She was broke, depressed, and a single mom, writing in cafes because she couldn't afford heating at home. But she kept writing. She believed in the story, even when nobody else did. Today, her books have touched millions, not because it was easy, but because she didn't quit. So, what is the pattern here? It's not genius. It's not luck. It's not being born with special talents. It's persistence. It's the decision to try one more time when the world says, give up. You might think, but I've failed so many times. Maybe this just isn't for me. No, that's not how it works. Every failure is feedback. Every setback is shaping you. You are not starting from scratch. You're starting from experience. Here's the truth. Success isn't about avoiding failure. It's about using it. No one talks about the 999 failed versions. They only see the final result. But those 999 steps? That's where the growth happened. That's where confidence was built. That's where vision became reality. Failure humbles you, teaches you patience. It shows you who you really are, and how badly you want it. When you fall and still choose to stand, that's power. That's courage. That's what separates dreamers from doers. You want to make progress? Stop fearing failure. Start embracing it. Learn from it. Adjust your strategy. Try again. Smarter, stronger, wiser. Because the only true failure is never trying at all. Let's make this real. Walt Disney was once told he lacked imagination. Now his imagination defines childhood for millions. Oprah Winfrey was told she was unfit for television. Now she's one of the most recognized media figures in history. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Today, he's considered one of the greatest athletes of all time. Do you see the pattern? They didn't get lucky. They got rejected. They hit walls. But they didn't stay down. They used the pain as fuel. They turned loss into learning. They kept going. And that made all the difference. So now, ask yourself, what would happen if you stopped fearing failure? What if you welcomed it as part of the journey? You wouldn't avoid mistakes. You'd study them. You wouldn't quit when things get hard. You'd rise higher. Success is on the other side of failure, not around it, through it. Here's something to remember. Every successful person you admire has a story they rarely tell. A story of struggle, of nights they cried, of days they almost gave up. But they didn't. They kept showing up. They kept creating. They kept building, even when no one was watching. And eventually, the world noticed. So if you're in the middle of a failure right now, good. You're exactly where you need to be. This is your foundation. This is your training ground. This is where you become you. Don't rush through it. Don't wish it away. Learn everything you can from it. Because one day, someone will look at your success and call you lucky. But you'll know better. You'll know it was the pain, the rejection, the falling down and getting back up that built you. Success isn't shiny. It's messy. It's uncomfortable. It's full of moments that make you question everything. But if you keep going, if you keep believing, If you keep learning from the fall, you will rise higher than you ever thought possible. And when you get there, when you finally reach that goal, remember to look back and say, every failure was worth it, because it led you here.